to another Flashback review. Today we take a look back at another classic animated series, The Real Ghostbusters. Ah yeah, The Real Ghostbusters, the cartoon series based on the first Ghostbusters movie featuring all four of the original characters. Now here's the first question some may ask. Why was the series called The Real Ghostbusters instead of just Ghostbusters? Well, by the time this show came out, there was already a cartoon series called Ghostbusters on the air, produced by Filmation. Now, to be honest, I never watched this series. I guess I just couldn't get past the intro with the gorilla.
Monkey!
Actually, this series was based off the 1975 live-action series called The Ghostbusters.
We're the Ghostbusters. I'm Spencer. He's Tracy. I'm Kong.
Something else you may notice is the differences in the character design from the movie and the cartoon. For one, in the cartoon, The Ghostbusters, the uniforms are different colors, I guess making it easier to tell them apart. But one of the biggest changes is the character design for Peter Venkman. If you notice here in the original 4-minute intro pilot, the character design for Peter resembles Bill Murray. But I guess to avoid any legal issues, they went with this design.
You know, he doesn't look a thing like me.
Also, those of you familiar with the series know that Peter's character went through two different voice actors. Now, the original voice actor for Peter was done by Lorenzo Music, who also did the voice of Garfield.
What's with the blanket? Are you practicing for Halloween?
Practicing? I'll have you know Halloween's my middle name. Gar Halloweenfield.
This would be an issue because I guess the complaint was that Peter's character sounded too much like Garfield and wanted him to sound more like Bill Murray. So music was later replaced by Dave Coulier. You know, that guy from Full House who was supposed to be funny, even though he was never actually funny and just seemed to be more annoying than funny.
I'll handle this. I'm a comic. It's my non-paying job to cheer people up. Hi, Michelle. It's me, Kermit the Frog. You don't want to cry, do ya?
No, there, small childlike person. If you move back into the house, you can have a big, juicy bowl of Jell-O.
Yeah, great choice on that one. What is funny is that even though they complained about Peter's character sounding too much like Garfield and not like Bill Murray will later go on to be the voice actor for Garfield in the live-action movie.
My life has been saved by the miracle of lasagna.
Now, Peter's character wasn't the only one to go through some changes. The secretary Janine also went through some changes throughout the series. She went through a couple voice actors and a change in character design. However, the writers came up with a way to explain these changes in the episode Janine, You've Changed. The Ghostbusters find a photo album with some old and recent pictures of Janine and notice the changes.
Give me that. Egon!
Yes.
Okay, she's still downstairs. I can't believe this. It's like there's two Janines.
Do they just look different, or are they really different?
What I want to know is how come nobody noticed this change before?
If there's some supernatural force at work preventing us from noticing this, that might explain it.
But you can't fool a camera.
Which is why it showed up in the scrapbook.
Exactly. We have to be sure, have to investigate thoroughly.
They later learned that Janine was under the influence of an evil water spirit, posing as a fairy godmother, tricking Janine by granting her wishes to change her looks so she can be more appealing to Egon. Now that was kind of clever. But the biggest addition to the lineup was... Yes, I was getting to you. Was the introduction of Slimer. Now, while he was in the first Ghostbusters movie, he wasn't really given a name until the series. Slimer will remain a staple of the series, even receiving his own spin-off show. The series would later be retitled Slimer and The Real Ghostbusters, featuring a half-hour segment with our main cast and two 15-minute segments focused around the antics of Slimer. Most of these episodes involve Slimer being pursued by a scientist named Professor Dweeb, who wants to capture Slimer for research for his own fame and glory. Now, with the new Ghostbusters movie coming out, There's been a lot of talk about the casting, mainly all the Ghostbusters being female. But let's try to hold off judgment until it's released. I mean, I'm sure it's possible people had issues with the original casting of the first Ghostbusters movie.
No problem, as long as you got the right people to play us. Admit it, Redford was dying to play me, right?
Not exactly. Here's the cast list.
Murray, Aykroyd, and Ramis? What's that, a law firm?
So, until then, we have the classic cartoon to enjoy. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time here on Low Tone Entertainment.
Say goodnight, fellas, because the real Ghostbusters are here to stay.
We got them. Now, the trap.
Winston, my man, do it!